Hello ladies and gentlemen. The topic of today's video is the Game Genie. The Game Genie is a cheat device that allows players to modify video game data to enable cheats, unlock hidden features, and change gameplay mechanics. It was primarily used in the late 1980s and 1990s for various home video game consoles. Developer and creation. The Game Genie was developed by a company called Codemasters, founded by brothers Richard and David Darling. The original Game Genie was created in collaboration with a Japanese company, Galoob, which was responsible for distributing the device in North America. The device was first released in 1990 for the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, and quickly became popular among gamers for its ability to modify game code through a system of codes that players could input. Supported systems. The Game Genie was made for multiple gaming systems, including Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, SNES, Sega Genesis, Game Boy, Game Gear, various other consoles and computers in later iterations. Some of the most notable titles the Game Genie was used to modify include Nintendo Entertainment System, NES. 1. Contra. Known for its difficulty, the Game Genie allowed players to get extra lives and infinite health. 2. Super Mario Bros. Players could manipulate levels and power-ups, creating various gameplay experiences. 3. The Legend of Zelda. Cheats enabled players to gain infinite health and items, making exploration easier. 4. Metroid. Users could unlock abilities and shortcuts, enhancing the experience. 5. Mega Man series, cheats for infinite weapons and health were popular among players. Sega Genesis. 1. Sonic the Hedgehog series, players used the Game Genie for invincibility and level skipping. 2. Mortal Kombat, cheats allowed for unlimited fatalities and access to hidden characters. 3. Streets of Rage, users could manipulate lives and power-ups for more enjoyable co-op play. 4. Shining Force, players could enhance their characters and access hidden content. The Game Genie was especially popular with titles that were known for their challenging gameplay, allowing players to explore and enjoy these games in new and often easier ways. Gamers obtained Game Genie codes through several avenues. Sources for codes. 1. Official codebooks. Codemasters and Galoob released printed codebooks that included a range of codes for various games. These books often came bundled with the Game Genie. 2. Magazines. Video game magazines frequently published cheat codes and tips for popular games, including Game Genie codes. Magazines like Nintendo Power and GamePro were well known for this. 3. Online communities. As the internet became more prevalent in the late 1990s, gamers began sharing codes on forums, websites, and early social media platforms. Websites dedicated to gaming also compiled extensive lists of codes. 4. User contributions. Many players would discover codes through trial and error and then share their findings with others in gaming communities. Frequency of updates. The codes themselves didn't change often. Once discovered, they generally remained valid unless a game was updated or patched, which was rare in that era. However, the availability of new codes expanded as more games were released, and new codebooks and magazine issues provided fresh content periodically. Updates were more about releasing new codes for newly released games rather than changing existing codes. Controversy. The Game Genie faced controversy, particularly from game developers and publishers. Many believed it undermined the integrity of their games, as it allowed players to bypass challenges and experience the games in unintended ways. Some developers felt it could harm sales by reducing the game's longevity. In some cases, companies like Nintendo took legal action to restrict the device's use, claiming it violated their copyrights and the integrity of their products. Sales and legacy. The Game Genie sold millions of units during its peak, with estimates suggesting over 1 million units were sold for the NES alone. Its legacy is significant in the gaming industry, as it opened the door to the idea of game modifications and cheats, influencing future cheat devices and even modding communities. The concept of manipulating game code for enhanced experiences has persisted, evolving into modern-day mods and cheat systems in online and offline gaming. The Game Genie remains a nostalgic symbol of gaming culture in the 90s and is often remembered fondly by retro gamers. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.